Hello, beautiful people. Okay. Let me come over here and pause that or just mute that for me. Okay. So I'm coming to you live again. This is day 7 of my How to Be Happy series. And I just realized that my makeup is smudged. Um, I do my makeup and everything like in the morning. And then I had like an online session this morning, and so I go into hypnosis when I help other people, and they go into hypnosis, and then my eyes get kind of weepy and stuff, and so my makeup kind of kind of blurs. But anyway, enough of that. This is day 7 of How to Be Happy. Um, so the sort of like happiness advice. I'm not. I thought maybe I would call myself the happiness guru, but I don't really like the word guru. So if you think of a cool name, put it down in the comments, and I'll call myself that. um, but there's a chapter in my book that I write about um, getting into action. By the way, before I go into that, I want to say something about my book. I don't make a ton of money off of this book. Unless you're a really well-known author and you're selling millions of copies, you know, you don't make you don't really make a lot of money off of books. So you know what I mean? So I don't want you to think that I'm trying to like push my book on you. Um, just think of my book as a resource. It's also like really cheap. It's I believe it's $6.99 or $7, something like that. It's less than $10 on Amazon. So it's not like I'm, you know, like woohoo! It's not like making me millions or even thousands at this point. So again, this is just a resource for you, but it's a really powerful resource, and I really want you guys to read it if you can. Um, and I don't have the book in front of me right now, but basically, what this chapter talks about is when you get in a place that you're stuck, when you're in, let's say, purgatory, my air quotes. um, Usually people tend to feel uneasy and unhappy when they're stuck. And an example that I use in my book is finding out that my son had autism and not knowing how to move forward from that. And I remember feeling really sad and really depressed over that, mostly because I couldn't see what the future was going to look like. And I didn't know what to do because I had never dealt with a special needs child before. Um, and so I wasn't sure how to handle this. At some point, I did come to an acceptance. And at some point, I was like, hey, my son is happy. Why am I not happy? It's just my imagination making me unhappy. Like, he's perfectly fine. He's perfectly happy. But I think it's just being that place of not knowing what to do and then not taking action that makes you even more nervous and gives you anxiety. So, what I started doing was I started getting involved in his health, and I started going to meetings with other parents of kids with special needs, talking to grown autistic people, just getting out there and doing something, researching, because it made me feel better to be doing something than sitting there doing nothing and worrying about my child. And the more information I got about autism and the subject, the better it made me feel. So if you're in a place right now where you feel like you're stuck and that's making you sad, just do something. Just do one small action. Just one thing that you can put your attention and your energy into. I'll give you another example. And this is what sort of triggered me wanting to talk about this today. So I'm working on my taxes, but I can't really get through with my taxes until I get my QuickBooks in order. And then I can't get my, and I'm not actually using QuickBooks. I'm using something else called Wave, which is like QuickBooks, but in my opinion, it's better. And I'm not endorsing, I'm not an endorser of Wave or anything like that, but it's just easier for me to use. It's more, user friendly and it's free. So I use Wave. But anyways, there was some glitch in the system and I wasn't able to, there were about 2 months of transactions that had not gotten automatically loaded through their system. And so there was a way where you can, or there is a way where you can convert a file like to a CVS file and upload it, and then they can populate the information. But for whatever reason, that was not working. That for like the past couple of days, their page where you get to upload that and where where it's supposed to populate the information wasn't working. And so at first I just sort of used it as an excuse, like, oh, well, I guess I don't have to work on my taxes. But then it was making me nervous and anxious that I had this big block here and I had this big, looming feeling over me like my taxes aren't going to get done in time. And it's just a stressor for me that I don't need in my life. It's only because I'm stuck on this one issue. So the only alternate choice that I had was to manually enter every transaction that my business made for a month and a half. And so I finally just said to myself, I could just sit here and worry about it and lay in bed with anxiety and have insomnia all night thinking about it. Or I can actually get up and start to manually enter in all of those transactions. And so that's exactly what I did. It took me about 2 hours to do, not as long as I thought it would. And I was done with it. And now I can move forward. I'm not stuck. I'm not in purgatory. I'm not anxious anymore. I feel happier. I feel lighter. So, sometimes we'll have situations where there's really nothing that we can do to change the actual situation. Like my son, will never be neurotypical, but I can come to the place of acceptance and understanding and knowing the next steps and then changing how I see my future with my son in it, knowing that he is happy and that I can be happy too. Knowing that I'm giving him the best resources that I can give him so that he can live his own, best life possible. As long as I'm doing that, I feel okay. When I'm not doing anything to help, when I'm just sitting around going, oh man, woe is me, that doesn't help at all. That doesn't help him. That doesn't help me. That doesn't help the rest of the family, his sisters, So just taking small little actions to kind of get you up out of that funk, right, will start making you feel better and it will help make you a happier person. Okay. All right, so that was my little spiel for today. I'm going to try to get some guests on here who have some expertise also in happiness, and I will let you know who I'm going to have on in a few days. I'm waiting to hear back from somebody in particular. Checking over here to see if I have any comments, and I don't have any comments. So, all right, have a beautiful weekend or whatever day this is that you're watching it. If you have any questions or comments, of course, please leave them in the comment field below. Please like and subscribe. I will have the link to my book in the comments again. It's there. The book is there as a resource for you. It's to help you. It's not going to make me rich. Okay, it's for you. So I would like for you to get it for your own mental health. All right, cool. All right. I love you and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.